morning. You're tuned into Market Cafe. I am Ankita Saxena, and with me, Shishti Sharma. In the next half an hour, we'll take you through what happened on the global front, the geopolitics, the markets, and all the cues you need to watch out for before the start of the street. So let's start with how the Wall Street shaped up and what really transpired there. Now, let's talk about, firstly, the markets, and then we'll also talk about the Fed that, of course, kept its interest rates unchanged around 3.5 to 3.75%. Now, remember, it was a rather divided session that Fed saw, and this could possibly be the final meeting as far as the Fed chair Jerome Powell is also concerned. So that's something the market has been pricing in. It was 100% consensus that there will be no policy change and that they have kept the rate steady. But let's talk about the market and how that shaped up, because we were also expecting a slew of earnings from the Magnificent Seven that were going to post its numbers. Let's take a look at the Microsoft, how Microsoft fared. There was a little change in Microsoft as it posted a beat on both bottom and top line, but despite that, we didn't see the stock move much. We did see Facebook that actually fell 7% after its capital expenditure for the quarter came below what the street was really penciling in. So that was one stock that was knocked out in trade. But besides that, from the Magnificent Seven, we saw Alphabet and Amazon that also posted their results yesterday, and Alphabet added 7% after after posting a first quarter revenue beat, and after its Google Cloud revenue dropped, topped the expectations. We also saw Amazon that advanced about 3% after the first quarter results beating the street expectations, and the cloud computing revenue that surged. So we did see Alphabet and Amazon doing well, and we also saw Meta that was doing decent, but it was really Amazon. It was really Meta that wasn't really doing well. That was seeing a knock of almost 7% on the back of its quarter four results. But besides that, we did see Dow Jones Industrial Average that was also trading down yesterday. We lost almost 0.5% on Dow Jones. It was the fifth losing day for Dow, and we had S&P 500 that also declined very, very marginally, very flat moves coming in, 0.04% of a downtick. And Nasdaq Composite, however, managed to eke out very marginal gains of 0.04% thereabouts. So it was a mixed session coming in. It was mainly the earnings that had taken center stage yesterday.
Absolutely, but along with that, Ankita, what we have seen happening in the crude oil was also surprising, because the 8% jump that we have seen overnight when it comes to the crude oil prices as of now, when it comes to the Brent prices, it is close to that $119 per barrel mark, and that's huge. And add to that, with respect to the movement that we have seen in WTI as well, similar sort of moves. But yes, of course, that is indeed a bit of a worry, because Donald Trump just yesterday did say that the blockade has worked very well in terms of what their strategy has been towards Iran, and seems like that for now the blockade continues, and that's been impacting the crude oil prices. But along with that, the sell-off rather in the gold and silver prices was not that huge, and even today morning we are seeing a bit of a green take coming in on the gold as well as on the silver prices. Silver is very close to that $73 per ounce mark, while gold is trading around that $4,578 per ounce mark. So that's the commodity check. The crude will be the biggest talking point for the market, seems like, and especially for the Asian markets, Ankita.
Shishti, in fact, like you mentioned, crude is really been the one that has been moving the markets, shaking up the markets, and it is having an impact on the Asian markets as of now, because Asian markets is trading in the red on account of those elevated crude oil prices. We do see Nikkei that's down 1.3%, almost 800 points coming in there. Hang Seng is also trading down 0.4, so almost 0.5% cut coming in on Hang Seng as well. S&P ASX 200 is also trading down 0.3%. Shanghai is the only one which is trading along the flat line, though it is trading in the green. Very flat moves, as you can see, just a 3 or 4 point uptick coming in on Shanghai, but it is trading absolutely flat, and the implied start to Nifty is also indicating towards cuts of almost 70 points at the start.
Right, so that's the take